Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Well, it's another lovely summer day here in Ohio. It's going to be 82 degrees, partly cloudy, with a chance of a thunderstorm later this afternoon. But that means I do have to get outside and water my garden, because a chance is not actually something that happens all the time. So I've gone back to the decaffeinated hazelnut today. If I drink too much high-test coffee, it upsets my stomach, and I don't want to do that again, so I'll have that once in a while, and the rest of the time I'll just have my decaf. So when I went shopping at Mark's, I've been buying my Folgers decaffeinated hazelnut there for years. Well, they were out of it. I don't know if they stopped carrying it or if they were just out, but that didn't make me happy because I can't buy it anywhere else. Walmart doesn't carry it, and so I'm going to have to look around and see who else might carry it. I don't want to order it like online or anything like that, and who knows, maybe Folgers even stopped making it. I have no idea. But I'll adjust. I'll find something else if it doesn't produce itself somewhere. So I'm thinking about staying home today. Yesterday I went and visited my daughter, had fun with her and my grandkids and the chickens and the dogs. Not so much the bees, but I just loved her little wildflower garden. She just threw wildflower seeds in a little part of the field by the beehives, and it's very cheerful. So I really should go do some work in the yard today. I've got lots and lots of weeds. I don't think I've ever had this many weeds either. So, but I still have a mess going from the upstairs linen closet. So, I'll just have to make a decision and let the rest go and not let it drive me crazy. Because if you have too many tasks all at once, it can be very stressful. So anyway, I'm going to try my coffee. That's not stressful. That's pleasant. Cheers. Very good and very hot. So far, the beginning of August, I've finished my grocery shopping. I can't think of anything else I might need, but who knows, might come up later in the month. And I'm planning on another low spend month. Last month was pretty darn good in as far as not overspending. I spent very little on groceries last month. Now this month I have spent more, about $150, which isn't horrible, but I should have everything I need. I think later I'm going to try, and I put out some veggie grounds from the freezer that have been in there forever, so I have to make something out of it. I think it's about 12 ounces, which is enough for at least 3 or 4 meals for me, because I don't even eat a lot of not meat products. So yesterday I had, for dinner, I had just a baked potato that I baked and peeled and cut up and mixed it up with butter and parsley. I hadn't had parsleyed potatoes in ages. And I had a nice big handful of beans that I got from the garden. And that was my dinner, and it was delicious. So sometimes simple dinners are the best dinners. It doesn't always have to be something lavish with a big, huge steak and all that. vegetables and potatoes and all those other things, they can be just as good, just as satisfying. At least that's my opinion. What's your opinion? Let me know in the comments below. You know, if you guys leave me comments, I don't know if you knew this or not, even just an emoji, it helps with the algorithm, and it will push my videos out. That and watching till the end of the video, even if you're just, doing your dishes and not really paying attention. If you let the video run and give me a thumbs up, those 3 things are really, really helpful. Now, I'm trying very hard to get to 5,000 followers. I'm almost there. I need about 160 more. So that for me will be a milestone. Now, I have a very tiny YouTube channel compared to what some people have, up to millions of subscribers. But I do this because I enjoy it. I really like making YouTube videos. I love visiting with all you guys. That's another reason why your comments are so important to me, because I enjoy interacting with you guys, and I really love too when you interact with each other. So if you would be so kind and leave a comment and a thumbs up and watch my video to the end, that would be very helpful, and I would be very grateful. All right. I will meet you at the budget book and finish my coffee and then do my morning pages and figure out what I want to do today. All right, I'll be back. All right, here we are back at my budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money. That's a good thing. Just more money to spend for my new window that I need. So today I forgot I have to go to Home Depot because the faucet in the sink in my garage, my utility sink, sprung a leak. And it's one of those with the hose that you can pull out. And even though over the winter I turned all the water off and drained them, it's managed again to spring a leak. This is the second faucet that was exactly the same that has happened to spring a leak. The first one I turned on too soon and didn't let it thaw out, so that one was on me. But this one I did everything right and it still sprung a leak. So anyway, I have to go buy a new faucet because my grandson's dad is a plumber and he's going to put a new faucet in for me so that when I go to clean the garage, I'll at least have a sink out there. And it's very nice having a sink in the garage, but I can't use it the way it is. So I do have to go to Home Depot, and then my association sent me another nastygram because during one of the storms, one of my shutters blew off. And I want to repaint my shutters like a coastal blue. It's the same blue as the planters that you can get from Dollar Tree. It's not a bright blue, it's a nice gray blue, and I want to change the shutters to that color. So that means I have to take all these shutters down and paint them, and then get my handyman friend to come over and do the shutters for me. Now I can paint them myself, but not way up on the ladder. I'd have to have them taken down. But he'll paint them and he'll put them back up. So they wanted that done by October. And then I still have all that, what is it? I guess it's a moss that grows on the north side of my house. And the house, it does look bad. It's all kind of greenish. So I need to get that done too. So I do have cleaner for cleaning the back of the house, but I need to go have the paint mixed. I'm going to take one of those planters, the pots from Dollar Tree, and take that to Home Depot and have them match that color, because I really like that color. And since my siding is sort of a cream color, I think that'll go very nicely with that. So anyway, I will have to spend some money today, and then of course I have to pay the plumber when he comes to do the work, but it's something that needs to be done. So another thing with the house, I guess I'll get it done eventually and be a little bit caught up and have a little bit of breathing wiggle room where I don't need to do repairs. So, all right, that's part of my plan for today. And I'll see if it looks like it might rain. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I still need to water because the garden yesterday was pretty dry. So, all right, I'm going to get going here because I want to go to Home Depot earlier rather than later. I don't want to go in the middle of the day and interrupt what I'm doing. So I will be back a little later, and we'll see what's going on. Well, I finally pulled out that humongous radish. Look at the size of that. And this has just took over the world. That was one big radish. So I'm saving all the seeds from that because I think it'll be a nice strong seed yield because it grew so big, and this is the seed from that huge radish, so I think I might have success in growing some radishes. I'll plant some in the fall. Radishes like cooler weather, so I guess that's what I'll do. All right, and for the first time I'm getting these gladiolas over there. Now those are supposed to come back every year, and they haven't bloomed because there wasn't enough sun. So we'll see. They're pretty, but I don't know about my little redbud tree. It's got little bugs on it, and then of course half of it broke off. So, but it's all right. If it I think what I'll do, if that part breaks off too, is I'll just cut the stem way down, and then it'll get new shoots. So, all right, well, got to get to work in this garden. It is a mess. Hello. All right, I'm putting together a little bit of dinner, and I'm just using up random things that I have. I had a couple of potatoes. I need to use up my fresh potatoes. So I cooked extras, and I just, in the microwave, just cubed them up. And I'm going to have this for dinner. And what I'm going to do is add some oil. I have some avocado oil here. So I'm going to add a little bit of that because I'm going to fry the potatoes. I love fried potatoes. I think they're delicious. So I'm going to coat those all in a little bit of the oil. That way I won't have to put too much in the pan. And then I'm going to season with this complete seasoning. And I get that at Dollar Tree. I don't know if it's cheaper somewhere else, but that's where I got this one. I'll have to look next time I'm at Walmart or Mark's and see if they carry it. I have some onion powder. It's always good. Even if I use chopped up onions in a dish, I always add onion and most of the time I add garlic powder too, just because it's tasty. So, alright, I'm going to mix these up and let them sit while I cut up a few other things. So I had some sweet onions. This is the last one of the old batch. I want to use that up. And then I bought some mushrooms. It's either at Aldi's or Mark's. It was at Aldi's. So, and the whole point of this dinner is I want to start using up my I want to start using up all my zucchini and whatever the garden produces. Kale, perpetual spinach, and I want to start eating all those things so they don't go bad. So the onion, I'm going to chop up and put some of that with the potatoes, and the rest I'll probably just cut up and maybe eat in a salad because it is a sweet onion. But the peel, I washed it, and the peel is going to go into my veggie freezer stash to make soup. And I'll probably make a soup at some point with the zucchini and whatever other vegetables I have. So, alright, well, that's just one idea of what you can make with all your summer yield. And all that will be going in the freezer. So I'm going to slice these up in slices. And then I also put out some from the freezer, was in there for a long time, some veggie grounds from Aldi's. Not my favorite, but I don't want to waste it. I want to use it up. So I'm going to make like a little meatloaf mix with that, and maybe I'll make some patties with it too, but I'll put onions and breadcrumbs and those sorts of things in with it. I don't like the texture too much of the Aldi's. Let me show it to you. Okay, here it is, and I haven't seen this at Aldi's in a long time, so it must not have sold very well, but it's got a funny texture. It's not like the Beyond or the Impossible meat. This is, it's a little bit mushier. It's the only way I can describe it. But I've made meatloaf with it before, and it turned out really good. So that's what I'm going to do again, and I'm just going to make a small meatloaf for maybe 2 or 3 meals. I'm not going to use it all for that. I'm probably going to make a patty out of some of it for tonight's dinner. That'll go with the fried potatoes and zucchini and mushrooms. So, alright, that's what's for dinner tonight. And a very easy meal, plus I'm using up my produce from the garden. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, let's make some meatloaf. So I have here an egg. If you're vegan, leave it out. But I'm vegetarian, so I do eat eggs. And this is one of my daughter's chicken eggs. If you didn't see yesterday's video, you can see all her chickens running around free-ranging and having a very happy life. So I'm going to add some spices to this. I'm going to add some onion powder. Oh, I would say maybe half a teaspoon. And I like my meatloaf with garlic. Leave it out if you don't like it. Same with the onion. Same here, about a half a teaspoon. then I'm going to again use the complete seasoning, and I'm probably going to use a whole teaspoon of that. And then I'm going to use some Italian seasoning. Oh, maybe more than half a teaspoon, but not quite a teaspoon. Put in as much as you like. It depends on the flavors you like. I'm going to mix that up, and the reason I'm doing it this way in the egg is so that it's nicely distributed throughout the meatloaf and not just in one, no hot spots. All right, then I'm going to add most of this small onion. Oh, let's see. Oh, let's put it all in. I like onion. Gives everything a good flavor. If you don't like it, leave it out. It's your meatloaf. That's one thing nice about meatloaf. You can put anything in there that you want. I'm also going to add some mustard and ketchup in here. Okay, I just have some plain old ketchup. You can use barbecue sauce, you can use tomato sauce, you can use tomato paste, whatever you have. Anything tomatoey is good, or if you don't like tomatoes, you don't have to put that in either. I just have some yellow mustard. Use whatever mustard you have. Oh, I don't know, I'd say a tablespoon maybe, not quite. So I'm going to mix that up too. Not the prettiest, but I'm sure it'll be tasty. And then I'm going to add half a cup of oatmeal, just to stretch it out a little more. If you want to stretch your ground meat, add some oatmeal. Let me adjust that a little bit here. So it really stretches your meat. I'm also going to add a little bit of milk. I have almond milk. This is almost gone. I've been using this in my iced coffee. It's good in iced coffee. I don't want to add too much because I don't want this meatloaf, not meatloaf, to be mushy. I want it to be on the firm side. And the egg will help do that, and so will the meatloaf. Not the meatloaf, the oatmeal. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to add the not meat, the grounds. And this is going to make quite a bit for one person. So you can make this into patties and freeze them, or you can make it into a whole meatloaf, whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and use my hands, just because it's easier. If you don't like that, you can wear gloves, or you can use a spoon. Whatever works for you. That's the good thing about cooking. Cooking is like art. You know, everybody does it a little different. We're all unique. Even if you follow a recipe, sometimes they don't all turn out exactly the same. So this is going to make quite a bit of food. Probably enough for at least 4 to 6 meals for me. I'm not a huge eater, so that's another thing we're all unique with. We all eat different amounts of food. Some people like heavy protein, some people like heavy carbs, and it's all good. All right, I'm going to let this sit for a little bit in the fridge to hydrate the oatmeal. And then I'm going to have some of this. I'll make, about 4, maybe 3 or 4 patties out of it. And then the rest I'm going to make into a meatloaf. And you can also make mini meatloaf in a muffin pan. And those are nice to have because then when you're hungry, you freeze them and then you just take 1 or 2 at a time. And you have instant meatloaf. Oh, and I can't turn the camera off. Well, all right. Let me get some of this gunk off my hands. And then, like I said, I'm going to put this in the fridge. And I'm back. I forgot the breadcrumbs. I have homemade breadcrumbs here. They aren't seasoned, but they're seasoned, but there's no salt. So I'm going to add about, 1/4 cup of that and mix that in too. That'll help bind it along with the oatmeal and the egg. So you don't have a mush loaf. All right. All right, I just cooked up the mushrooms and just in butter and a little bit of olive oil, and I seasoned it with garlic salt and pepper. You can season them with whatever you like. And then I'm going to keep those in the fridge and just use them as I see fit. All right, now in here I have the mushroom juice. And I'm going to fry up a patty for my dinner tonight. And sometimes these are good cold too. So I'll fry up a couple of these. I don't like them too thick. And see how nicely it holds together. So I'll make maybe, let me see. I'll make 3 anyway, maybe 4. These are already seasoned, but I'm also going to add some of this Grill Mates hamburger seasoning. It's really good. It really gives your vegetarian meats a nice meaty flavor. So, yep, I'm going to fry these up. I can eat them on a sandwich. I can eat them with gravy, whatever I like. So many meals out of that one little packet of veggie grounds. So let's see. I think I'll make meatloaf out of the rest of it. It'll make a small meatloaf, and I can bake that. So I think 3 of these will be enough. Season it with a little of that. I call that good. All right, I'll be back later after I cook up all my veggies and potatoes, and I'll show you what my meal turned out to be. All right, here's tonight's dinner. Squash, zucchini and yellow squash with fried potatoes and onions, and my not meatloaf mixture made as a patty, some mushrooms, a little bit of cucumber I had left, some ranch dressing, and I have plenty left for another meal or 2. So this is how I stretch my food. I just cut it in pieces and add this and add that. Now if I eat this tomorrow, I could add meatballs to it. I could add sausage to it. If you eat chicken, you can add chicken. I can add some not chicken. So you can keep stretching your meals. So today, especially in this economy, we have to be a little smarter with our food. So let me give this a try. Looks good. And I have a meatloaf in with barbecue sauce. So there's what it looks like. Let me give it a taste. Very good. How about this? The yellow squash and the zucchini are from my garden. Yummy. This is a very satisfying meal, and if I want, I have enough for seconds. So I have 2 meat patties left. I have the potatoes and squash left, and I have a little mini meatloaf in the oven for another 2 meals. So lots of food out of just a little bit of food. All right, I will be back. Okay, here is my little mini meatloaf, and I made that in the toaster oven. That's one nice thing about being a single person. You can use your toaster oven instead of your big oven, and that saves a lot of money. So I added barbecue sauce to the top and sides of this, and this would be great with a baked potato or mashed potatoes or some rice, whatever you like. And I still have potatoes and zucchini and mushrooms, so I have it with that too. Or I can eat it cold, sliced up on a sandwich. That would be tasty. So this is probably enough for 3 meals for me anyway. So altogether, I think I got about 6 meals out of that little thing of veggie grounds. So that way it doesn't cost so much, because vegan and vegetarian meat substitutes, are expensive. So, well, what isn't expensive? I don't know anything that isn't expensive anymore. So, all right, some meal ideas for you. Let me know some meal ideas in the comments below. How do you like to stretch your food? What do you use to stretch your food? Because we can all share. All right, I'll be back and we'll wind this up. Okay, so I did go to Home Depot today. I had to get that faucet. I just got a plain old utility sink faucet. I have a shower head that I want to see if that will fit on the, I don't know what you call it, on the faucet thing. And if not, that's okay. I mean, it came from the shower upstairs. It started to leak, so I just saved it was one of those pull-out shower things. Well, we'll see. If not, it's just a regular old cheap faucet. I bought the cheapest faucet I could find. It was about $30. And then I bought the paint. Boy, has paint gotten expensive. I bought Behr exterior paint, and I was able to get it tinted that nice coastal blue. So I'm going to go ahead and paint one of my shutters with it. I can't paint all 3 because the other 3 are still at the house, but I can at least paint this one, and I hope I like it. I think I will. I wanted something a little different. My shutters, when we built this house, they were like a rusty red color, and everybody had the same color. And then people started doing their own thing with the shutters. So I want to do my own thing too. Oh, and then my neighbor and I had them painted like a deep forest green. Well, I got tired of that, so since it flew off anyway, I'm going to have the color changed. So I got the faucet, the paint, and I also got this. Now this was kind of a frivolous buy, but not totally. So I got this organic mushroom grow kit. I have a couple more of these with oyster mushrooms, and I forget what the other one is. But this one is the pink oyster mushrooms. So I want to grow these. I love mushrooms, and mushrooms are getting expensive too. So anyway, I'm tired. I still have to unload the dishwasher. I've got a sink full of dishes I have to do yet, but I'm going to call that good after I get that done. I was going to go do a little bit more in the garden. I trimmed up my zucchini, and the one has a lot of females on it, and it's got 3 little zucchinis coming, so I'm really excited that I'm getting zucchini this year. The yellow squash, it's not doing so well, but my eggplant is coming along, and that's got a lot of blossoms, and it's got 3 or 4 little eggplants on there. So that'll be another way to stretch my food with salads and veggies, and you know what? It would be a good way to lose a little bit of weight. I could lose about 12 pounds, and I'd be happy. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.